Welcome to the 2.0 Grandma Podcast, a space created by a grandma for grandmas and all about grandmas. Our mission is clear: to empower and support grandmas as they redefine, realign, and redesign their lives.
So I want to welcome you to the 2.0 Grandmas podcast. I've been doing this podcast I'm in my second season, and I focus solely on people who are grandmas, right? Because I think that we kind of get a raw deal. We're invisible to the rest of the world. And so I started this movement because people kept saying to me, well, you don't look like a grandma. You don't act like a grandma. And I would say, oh, my grandma has 6 grandkids at the time, And they were like, well, you don't look like a grandma. You don't act like a grandma. So I said, what does a grandma look like and act like? So we have people have this vision of what a grandma is supposed to look like. But we are dispelling that myth. And I'm so excited because even the Golden Bachelor, they're dispelling that myth. That whole thing is about, for me, dispelling the myth that people over 50 are invisible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, age is just a number. I mean, what is that? You reach 50, 60, and like you're suddenly, as you say, invisible. And I'm like, that's not right.
And so I have found, since I've been doing this now since June of 2020, right? And I have found so many phenomenal women who just happen to be grandmas doing some fabulous things. To own their own construction company. And these are everyday people. These are not celebrities. These are everyday people, right? So it's been so fascinating. One woman owns her own radio station. Another woman I met, she created this thing she calls Oasis in the City, and she rents out her pool in her backyard. And it's a beautiful space. It's absolutely fabulous. And I'm like, what a brilliant idea, right? So
I love that.
And, there are people who are into real estate, just all kinds of things. I have a grandma DJ, right? I mean, it's just really amazing. I interviewed a musical artist that was a grandma. So, and I've been pleasantly surprised at all the people and the things that they're doing. So again, we are dispelling that myth that grandmas are invisible, women over 50 are invisible, and that we are here. We are redefining who we are, and we want the world to know. So I was so excited when we found you and what you're doing, because again, I love that Feeling Fab Naturally. So please tell us first about who you are, give us your background, about grandkids, all that stuff, and then let's talk a little bit about your platform. That could be your product, it could be your mission, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? Because I believe grandmas need to know this. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me on, because I absolutely think what you're doing is amazing. Grandmas rock, and we need to be seen and heard.
Yes.
Because we've got all that wisdom. And just because there's a number in front of it does not mean that we should not be listened to. We have a voice and we're going to make it heard. So thank you so much. So my name is Philippa Taylor.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Philippa Taylor. My company that I've called is Feel Fab Naturally. I am a step grandma to a little boy, Flynn, who's nearly 3. He'll be 3 next year. I have a son of 18. I'm a servant to 2 rescue cats, and I'm loving life. So that's the best thing on that. My background is in public relations. I've done that for decades. I'm going to say 35 years or so. And the other part of that life, my corporate life, I also did a lot of water sports to quite a high level. Water is my happy place. I'm in it, I'm on it, I'm under it, I'm next to it. I don't really care. So my sport's been really important to me. And I think the combination of that led me to do what I do now.
Oh, wow. Huh. So the water is what got you into what you do now. That's interesting. I can't wait to hear that story. But anyway, go ahead. So now tell me, being a step grandma, how is that relationship? And this is just a question I just thought of. How do you think that relationship is different than bio grandma versus? I'm just curious. What do you think? No. Yeah, because
No,
I can't see that being any different. A
no.
3-year-old, I mean, they're that age, they're just so adorable and it's so full of life and so happy about everything. I have a 2-year-old grandson who will be 3 in July 2024, and oh my God, the joy that that little boy brings to me. Oh, I mean, I just can't say it enough. So I understand, and it wouldn't matter to me because children are, this is what children do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
They
I had
bring joy to us. That's exactly what they do. So yeah, and
yeah,
I don't think it would be any different.
no, absolutely not. And I had such a beautiful relationship with my grandmother that I just know that she was a really important figure in my life, as was my great grandmother and my mother. And I want to pass that on. I want that joy, that happiness, the fun. I think that's an
Yeah.
important part to have.
Yeah, it is really cool being a grandma. It's, as a parent, as a mama, there's sometimes when you're, especially the first, I think, and I'm just talking about my own experience, there's a struggle. How do I do this? Am I doing this right? There's all that. And then I have 3 children. So by the time I got to the third one, it was fun because I knew what to do. And so then I knew how to make it fun. And so that's the beauty, I think, with grandkids. It's all about the fun part. Because you know what to do, and I try to, I don't try to tell my daughter what to do. I try to show her what to do, right? So in other words, saying, oh, no, you need to do this, you need to do it. No, I just try to show her so she can see that if you want him to calm down, here's what you need to do. If you want him, if you're trying to teach him something, here's what you need to do. That sort of thing, instead of just dictating to her. I want to show
Oh,
her, and it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful thing because what you end up doing is seeing yourself as a parent through your child who's now parenting.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I
Yeah,
think
and
the
it's
fun
such a
bit is like being an aunt.
mm,
You've got that close relationship. I'm an aunt and a
mm-hmm,
great aunt, and I love
mm-hmm,
it.
mm-hmm,
It's just that
mm-hmm.
you're another part of their lives without being in that day to day, as you say, where as a parent, you're like, what am I doing? Is this
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right, right. And then there are a lot of grandparents, grandmas especially, that are raising a second generation of kids, and I really support them. I bow down to them because I think that's a very tough job to do, and I don't know that I could do it, or would. I know that I wouldn't want to have to do it. I just know that much because it could take so much energy to do that. And at this stage, that's not what I want to spend my time and energy on, right? Running behind a
Yeah,
2-year-old. So I commend folks that are in that position and have to do it, and I support, and that's one of the things that I do. In addition to the whole 2.0 thing, I always try to honor and support and raise funds for grandmas who are raising grandkids because I know it's got to be tough. It's got to
oh
be tough
yeah.
out there. So, but anyway, let's get into what you've been up to. So we've talked about your journey as a grandma. We've talked about your children, and we've talked about your grandchild and joy. Let's talk about the what you do for women. This feel fab naturally. What is that all about?
Thank you. Well, I work with a company that is known as the Activation Company. And that
Mm-hmm.
really resonated with me because I want to feel activated. Coming back to my background, it's like I was always curious, but always really skeptical. somebody said, oh, this is going to give you energy, this is going to help you recover faster, this is going to help you perform better. I'm like, yeah, okay, but maybe there's a bit of this, and I'm going, let me go and check that out. And most time it was built on sand, let's put it that way. There was nothing, no science behind it, or like that. Yeah, so I'm my skepticism and my curiosity are fairly equal. So when somebody said to me, you can activate your body to do lots of the things to make it produce, all this stuff, the enzymes and all the bits and pieces that it used to do up to your mid-20s, and then you're going to feel better on a cellular level. And, it's healthy aging. And I'm like, hello, I'm 55. Give me some, but let me check it out.
Right.
So I go off to PubMed, the medical library online, and I type it in, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. And then I type in the area that it's concerned with, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of research. So I think, okay, can I do it in a different way? Can I take a supplement? Can I have a modality? Is there a pharmaceutical route? Is there another way to sort of switch these faucets and make me produce all the stuff that's going to make me feel great again? And the answer was no. So I'm like, okay, so everybody needs it. It's universal, it's unique, and it's natural, and it makes you feel fab. So I'm like, okay, now I do want that bucket load. Give it to me.
Yes.
So I took the lead, the flagship product, and I thought, I've got nothing wrong with me. I was 55. I was just feeling 55. I had a few aches and pains from all that sport. I didn't like getting up in the morning. I needed coffee and sugar in the afternoon, but fairly standard. But, I was lucky that there was nothing else going on. And then about 6 weeks in, after I'd activated my body, my husband turned to me one morning and he said, who are you? Okay, something's happened. We've been together a good 20 years. You might want to remember who I am in the morning. And he said, no. He said, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You're happy, you're smiling, you aren't demanding coffee, you aren't hiding under the cover. What's happened? And I said, oh, well, I didn't tell you. So I wanted to see if you'd notice anything. I've been taking this thing that's, making my body work again. And he's like, well, it's working. Give me some. So I gave him some. And then I thought, I love PR. I love helping people. I love that connection piece. I like coming up with words and communicating and empowering. I love it. But it was for a business, and I wanted something to help people. And I thought, I don't know what I want to be. I knew what I didn't want to be. There was a really long list of all the things that I didn't want to be. And then I thought, well, this is a way I can serve women, and particularly midlife women, because when you lose your mojo around that 45, 50, 55, 60, I'm 62 now, and I'm thinking we need to have that energy and that optimal health. We need to thrive. And then we can go and rule the world. Let's not beat about the bush. We can go and do what we want to do. So I thought, if I can share this with women, then I'm going to make a difference. Not a big difference. I'm but I'm going to make a difference. So I decided to join the business. It's an American company, and I share it. I tell people, they say, oh my gosh, you've got so much energy. And I'm like, well, there's a reason for that. I've switched on different processes in my body and I feel fab, and it's natural. So that's why I came up with the Feel Fab Naturally. That's how that name came.
Fab Naturally. Okay, I love that story. So now, the big reveal. What is this stuff that makes you feel fab naturally? What is this product? I'm like, I need some of that. What is that? Because, you know, it's tough when you get 60 plus. It's tough. And to keep your energy up, because remember I said I have a 2-year-old grandson, and I want to be able to play with him, get down on the floor with him, you know, and I'm doing that. So that's how I bought. And I want to be able to, you know, just have that energy to play.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what
And
is
it's that choice.
this product, please, that
Of
activated
course.
your body? And I love what you said. Feel fab, feel and look fab by transforming what is MEH to midlife
Meh.
mojo.
Yeah.
Meh. It's like blah.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of like, yeah, okay, got it. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I love that. I love what you said there, because, and that to me is what attracted to me. I want to know, okay, so what's this all about? So please tell us what
Yeah.
the
No.
platform is.
Yeah, of course. It is a product-based business, and they started with a biochemist who wanted something that would reduce something called oxidative stress, which is basically when your cells start to rust by free radicals coming at you, oxidants. So what he did is he created a natural product, botanical plant-based product, which he could prove in a laboratory reduced that oxidative stress. And think of it as a faucet in a tub, and up to 25, about 25, it's making all these antioxidant enzymes naturally. And that's great because you're making antioxidants and you're getting oxidants, free radicals from eating, breathing, pollution, exercise, smoking. You know, you can't avoid them, but they're balanced out. But when you hit 25, your mid-20s, you start, that faucet starts to turn off. So your own production is going down, but you still got that level of rust, you know, oxidants coming at you. So that gap is called oxidative stress. And over time, you literally, you're slowing down, you get the aches and pains, you don't sleep, you don't have so much energy. But this product turns it back on again, so it balances out, so your cellular health is improved. So it's the main product,
so it's closing that gap.
It's closing that gap, and you can't do it in any other way. I mean, you can have the best diet in the world, but you can't eat enough blueberries or oranges or any antioxidant rich foods to do the same as what your body does. You know, you have everything you need in your body, you just have to switch it back on again, turn it back on. So you can do your antioxidants, you can do your mitochondria, which are your battery packs in your cells.
That's what Louise Hay says. You know,
yes.
Are you familiar with Louise Hay?
Yes, I am. You can do NAD sirtuin.
See, that's what she says too. And I listen to her and her work.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So you've got antioxidants, you've got mitochondria, you've got NAD sirtuin, which is for your focus, your concentration, and then you've got collagen, because you need collagen not just so that your face and your hair and your nails look lovely, but you need to be making enough that it's going to help all the places that you use collagen. So your eyes, your brain, your gut, your bones, your joints, your muscles, because you can supplement, but you can't do as much as you need to get your body feeling like it used to feel. And that's why I love it, because it's activating your body. You're not adding anything, you're just getting your body to do what it used to do.
Yeah. So, but that's very fascinating that there is actually something that could bring you back up to the level of where you were. I love that. And I love, even though those are medical terms, you know, biology terms, whatever that you're using, but by kind of explaining what this is and then showing that, that makes sense.
Thank you. I use
it makes sense.
It's a nice example that if you think of yourself as a really lovely classic car, like a vintage car, okay, so the antioxidant one is your de-ruster, so that's cleaning out all the rust. If you think of the mitochondria one as your turbocharger, if you think of the NAD one as like the tech in your car, it's making everything work. And the collagen is like a combination of like the polish on the outside and the oil on the inside. So you're really making everything work in your body, your car, to its optimum level. And that's so powerful. And it makes such a difference.
Yeah. And you said it took you about 6 weeks before you noticed, or you noticed before then, but before your husband noticed, it took about 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's that. And some people notice different things at different times. Some people it might be 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Some people it might be a couple of months. It depends how old they are, what their life has been like, what they've got going on. But I know that it works for a man, a woman, a dog, a horse, a cow. If you're a mammal, it will work on that side. And that's why I love it, because it's absolutely going to work for everyone.
Yeah, that I thought was interesting. Dogs, cats, horses. And I said, wow. Yeah, that's good. So is it one product or is it multiple? How does that work?
So there are 4 activators that you can take on their own or in combination. It depends where you want to work on. I tell everybody the antioxidant enzyme is a must-have. That's the one that you should start with, and then you can layer it up. So as you want to level up, you can add in the mitochondria one, the NAD sirtuin one, or the collagen activator. And the collagen, it activates, it replenishes, and it maintains, and that sets it apart from everybody else. So you can buy them online, and you take one a day, one of each a day, and that's as simple as it gets, and I love it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound complicated at all. And so one a day. Now you have friends, families that have taken this product, and what differences have you noticed in women over 50, that sort of thing? What differences have you noticed in them, and what are they saying?
Apart from the fact they all tell me how amazing they feel. Better sleep is a very typical one. Sleeping better, the quality of sleep, waking up and that whole I'm ready for my day, not ow on that side. The energy, having that sustained energy so that you don't do a crash in the middle of the day or in the afternoon. So you keep going as long as you want to keep going. Aches and pains, we all start creaking a bit once we hit that midlife point. And because it lowers the inflammation, it helps manage your inflammation, then the aches and pains are really something that people have found beneficial.
Oh, wonderful. So that's a word that I'm very familiar with, inflammation. And so, yeah, that's a one that, piqued my interest right there, because that is, oh my God, that can be such a Debbie Downer, if you will. You make you not want to do things and all that. Yeah, I hear people and I see people that are walking like to the side or bent over, can't straighten themselves. I mean, it's just, or limping, and all kinds of things are going on with people. And so products like these, people really need to know about and know the benefits of them. So yeah, I'm excited to hear about this. Now tell people how they can find this product. What do they need to do? Your website information, all of those kinds of things, because I want to make sure we share this.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. I'm across social media. Instagram, I'm at Feel Fab Philippa. I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Facebook. My best way to get hold of everything and to look at all the science and information about activation is to go to Linktree. So linktr.ee/Philippa Taylor. And you can find me, if you put in Feel Fab Philippa, it'll come up on social media, and that'll be the link for the Linktree as well as on all my profiles.
Okay, excellent. And so can I ask about the cost of, the range? You don't have to give me any specifics, but just kind of range, because there are people who are on fixed incomes, as you know, especially in this particular age group. So that's important, that it's affordable. Now, and I always think, well, if it's for your health, you need to take care of it. But, a lot of people are, using insurance as co-pays. Is that a part of it? Can you use it for that or none of that? So that's a question that I want to make sure I ask.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because it's online, and feelfabnaturally.com is my website. The antioxidant, you're looking at about $55 a month. It goes right across to the collagen is more expensive because it does those three things. That's near $135, $140. So, but the antioxidant enzyme activator, which is the one for the oxidative stress, then that's the one that you want to be looking at. And it's about, I'd say, half a cup of coffee a day is how I think of it. And I'd rather,
okay, so about the same price if you go to Starbucks or where.
Right. Less than a couple of dollars a day, that's
okay.
I've been taking it now just over 7 years.
Wow.
And I won't miss a day.
Wow.
And I've got girlfriends that are the same. They take it like somebody might take it, they're having sort of perimenopause symptoms, and then this one lady, she took it for that, then she gave it to her dog who was having skin issues, and then she gave it to a horse who was having some swollen hooves, and then she gave it to her husband. I like the husband came forth. He had like a proper elbow, and it just, because when you take it and you feel better, your world opens up. You don't have to be thinking, I can't do that because I'm too tired. I can't,
right.
Because I can't get up more easily. And that's for me, for $1.50, £1.50, $2, it's invaluable.
Okay. That is wonderful to know, because that's not that expensive, $55 for that initial one. And then, like you said, if you want to do the collagen a little bit more, but would you recommend that people at least try the activator first and then move from that to okay.
Yeah. It's everybody's very different. It's like, how much disposable income do you have?
Right.
What issues are you trying to solve? You can have 1,000 problems. When you have a problem with your health, you've only got one problem.
Right. And the beauty of this product sounds like is that it's natural, because the medicines just all cause all kinds of other side effects. And if you're not sick by the time you take it, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. So, so I'm all about the natural vitamins and products that you can take. So thank you so much, Philippa, for sharing this with our audience. I think that grandmas will definitely want to know more about it. So I'm glad you shared your social media sites and everything with.
Thank you so much. I'll share it on mine.
You're welcome. Okay, perfect. And I don't know if you visited Grandma's 2.0 website or not, but please, if you haven't, please do that for us and see what we're doing. We're all about grandmas. I like to say we're fab. We're for grandmas, about grandmas, and by a grandma. So it was my pleasure to talk with you today. I'm so excited, and thank you for being available at 7:00 at night, your time, versus this East Coast time that I'm living in. I really appreciate that. And again, you'll be hearing from me because I'm interested myself. Because I want to hear, I want to know, and I want to feel. I mean, I feel pretty good right now, but I want to feel good all the time, right? For the rest of my days, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I want to feel good all the time. Get your health for as long as you can have your health span. That's what I say.
Exactly. And people are living so much longer now. And so, I see people that, in their 90s. And I was like, wow, back in the day, that was not a thing. Most people 60, 70, that was it. But now people are living much longer, and they're walking and they're exercising and they're doing all these things. And I'm sure it would help with that too, with the body movement and everything. So, yeah. And we need this as a society today. We definitely need these kinds of products. So again, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you. And I look forward to talking with you soon.
Lovely. And thank you so much. I really enjoyed our talk. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great afternoon. Oh, great evening, I mean.
Thank you. And you have a great afternoon.
All right. Take care. You too.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is Dr. Marsha McLean signing off from 2.0 Grandma Podcast. Please subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel. Visit our website at Grandma's 2.0. All right. See you next time. And remember, Grandmas, we are redefining, redesigning, and realigning our lives because we believe in living our best life. Yes.
Introducing a remarkable book, a tapestry of stories from atypical grandmas whose lives are a treasure trove of wisdom and inspiration. Stories of inspiration, life lessons, and wisdom from grandmas by Dr. Marsha McLean. This extraordinary book is now available on www.grandmas2.0.com and on Amazon.